Welcome to the Mega Print on Demand Summit. I'm Melissa Reynolds, one of your hosts. Are you ready to learn about print on demand? We have some great speakers lined up for you. This is day one of the summit, and we are going to be discussing the building blocks of success. So let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Mega Print on Demand Summit. I am honored to be the first speaker in this lineup. You guys are in for a treat. You have 3 days of incredible content, incredible speakers. A lot of these folks are my friends. Stephen, Melissa, thank you so much for this invite. I am just thrilled to be here, thrilled to be talking about creating multiple streams of income. And most importantly, guys, those of you that are watching, listening, taking in this content, and going to be taking in this content, I am excited for you. I'm thrilled for you because this is going to be good stuff. This is really going to help propel your business forward. And so let's talk about multiple streams of income. I'm sure every single person wants that. It's been a blessing in my life, a blessing in my business and my family's life. And guys, I want that for you. And you are in the right place to learn how to expand your business beyond what you're already doing, or maybe you're just starting, but you are in the right place here at the Mega Print on Demand Summit. So let's jump into this, guys. My name is Reger. I wrote a book called Streams of Income recently. I've authored a few books. The one that is most recent is called Streams of Income, and it's about my streams of income journey. I have about 16 different streams of income that I have in my business. I also have a podcast called Streams of Income. I just feel like I'm really called to help get that message out into the world because it will change your life. It will change your life when you know that if one income goes down for any reason, you have others to fall back on. It's been huge for us, and I want that for you guys. And so this is a picture of me actually at Plivice Lakes in Croatia. This is what's funny about this picture is I wrote a book before Streams of Income called Living the Multiple Income Streams Dream, just kind of a precursor to Streams of Income. In fact, I don't even sell that one anymore. Don't even offer it because it's all this stuff, all that content's inside Streams of Income book. But we were in Croatia last year. My cousin lives in Slovenia. We visited her and then took a weekend trip to Croatia. When we were looking up places to go for this weekend trip in Croatia, we saw my cousin said, hey, we should check out Plivice Lakes. It's beautiful. We did. We looked it up online. And guys, it's the exact picture I used for the cover of my book, Living the Multiple Income Streams Dream. That picture was taken there. Incredible. So when we got to visit, just really, really cool. It's a picture of me standing. The picture does not do it justice. But these are just all these waterfalls converging into one down at the bottom of, I guess you say, a gorge or something. It was beautiful, and it was just neat to be there and to see that the cover picture of my book in real life. But guys, I love talking about streams of income. I love helping people discover multiple streams of income. If you're just getting started, guys, it's so possible. I'm going to show you how to create multiple streams of income and what it is, what it's not, and how you essentially can do it without, you're not necessarily always adding more work. Most of the time it's just adding something else, tweaking something, taking content you already have and putting it out in a new way, repurposing it in a new way, doing something different with it, and serving your audience in a new way with the exact same thing you already got going on. So let's dig into this, guys. I'm super excited. Again, Melissa and Stephen, thank you for this opportunity. I'm just honored to kick this off for you guys, to be the lead batter for this lineup. So super fun. So guys, what multiple streams is not? So I looked up a picture online trying to figure out a way to describe. I think of, obviously, when they say streams of income, actual rivers come to mind, and I'll show you some other pictures that come to my mind as we go through this. But this is one that shows essentially, and now maybe these converge somewhere else, but this picture here shows you three separate, it looks like they're separate streams of income. It looks like they're probably somewhere in China. But this is not what I think about when I think of multiple streams of income. Let me explain. So, for example, I know a lot of you probably sell on Amazon. You're e-commerce sellers. And so when we say streams of income, I'm not necessarily, not that you can't do this. I'm just saying this is not the ideal way. This is not how I teach it, because I'm not looking to say, hey, you guys need to add so many more things into your life. You need to work harder, work longer hours. Guys, this is not about that at all. So for me, multiple streams of income does not look like selling on Amazon. Oh, by the way, while you're doing that, you're adding a print on demand business. Now, I understand that you might be adding something different to it. Do not just completely abandon every single thing that you've been working on before. We say bolt, don't bounce. Bolt down what you currently have going on so that you can focus on something new. Get people to help you out, hire help, hire virtual assistants, put systems and processes in place to allow you to focus on new things if that's the direction you're going. But you'll see here in a minute what I mean by when I say it's not parallel streams. So I understand there's a lot of you that are selling on Amazon and now you're wanting to add print on demand. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying here's what multiple streams in my mind does not look like. So you're selling on Amazon and then you add print on demand. Oh, and also on the weekends, you might be, you're out power washing people's driveways and homes. You have a power washing business. You decided to start that. You also, during July 4th, these are pictures of fireworks. So you run a fireworks store in the middle of the summer during July 4th as well. Oh, and then during all this, you're also a personal trainer. These things do not intersect really at all. Now I see where Amazon and print on demand there's some similarities there, and it's not crazy to be selling on Amazon, selling normal physical products, doing like retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, and adding print on demand to your business. That's not really a big jump. But to take these two things and then add a power washing business, a fireworks business, and also be a personal trainer on the side. Man, you guys could do this, but that is just, in my mind, not what I'm talking about. This would require a lot more hours, a lot more work, adding it would be hectic. And it's not what I'm saying when I say we're helping you to create multiple streams of income. And I'll explain what I'm talking about. When I look at or think about multiple streams of income, this is a lot more like what I'm thinking in my mind here. So you have all these different streams. You got this one, looks like it's coming over here from the left, this one from the left here, this one up here, this one, this one, this one, and they're all kind of converging. And down here, you have no idea, is the water down here, did it come from this stream? Did it come from this stream? Did it come from this stream right here? You don't know. They kind of all look like they're one big, huge stream of income, and you got little tributaries, I guess you could say, over here. This, in my mind, is what I think about when I say multiple streams of income. It's all these different ways of making money that they intersect, they make sense together, and they actually complement each other. And let's show you what I'm talking about. Another visual for me is a tree. I love the Bible verse, Psalms 1, talking about the tree that's planted by streams of water, yields its fruit in season, everything that it prospers in everything that it does. And I just love that picture. And for me, and I'll show you visually what I mean by a tree and multiple streams of income here, but I see the base of this tree as being like one foundational piece of content, one foundational message. So for me, like my streams of income might be a foundation, it might be the trunk of this tree. And from there, I might have the podcast, I've got the book, and everything else that might come from that. And you might have several trees. I have a book called Private Label the Easy Way that my friend and business partner Jenny Hunt hooked up with me, and we turned that book into a course. And so that private label book became a course, became a mentoring program with the Facebook community to it, and all these other little branches or streams of income have flowed out from that one main piece of content. And it makes sense together. They go together. So in my book, Streams of Income, I talk about 3 main ways to make money online. Number 1 is selling physical products. And a lot of you are probably already doing this. You're selling on Amazon. You might be selling on eBay. If you do print on demand with like t-shirts or mugs or caps or whatever it is, that certainly falls into selling physical products. In my mind, if you're just starting out, if you're trying to start a business right now, this by far is probably the easiest, the most risk averse. This is the easiest place to start. If you're not sure where to start, if you have very little funds to get started, selling physical products online is one of the best places. The lowest hanging fruit opportunities are here. I can show you, and Stephen and Melissa can show you, and you're going to learn over the next couple days strategies to do this without any outlay of cash, with just a very little, literally you could have no experience and go through this Mega Print on Demand Summit and learn what you need to learn to start creating income online. Guys, in my opinion, there's not really an opportunity like this where somebody literally with $0 and zero experience could create a business that becomes big, could become huge. Or even, guys, you're just here to make a couple $100 extra a month. That's cool too. You can totally do that. You can be anywhere in the spectrum of income and do it with selling physical products. Number two is becoming an expert in your niche. So this is where you maybe create a course, you write a book, you become a one-on-one coach. Actually, coaching would be over here. A mastermind group, live events. You take something that you're passionate about, something that you're knowledgeable about, and you turn that into an income. I say you turn your passion into profit, you turn your interest into income, you turn your wisdom into wealth. So something that's in here up in your head, something you've learned, a skill you've learned, something you've overcome. Maybe you've lost a lot of weight and you want to create a course on that. Maybe you want to write a book about something that you've overcome. You've gone through something really hard and you really think that message is going to help other people. That's number two. I really love this one because I love helping people take something that they're good at, something that they love, something that they're passionate about, and turning it into something that creates income for them. Super fun. And these also can go together. These aren't completely different. As I'll show you an example here with one of my students, Jimmy Smith. And then number three is coaching and consulting. These kind of go together. Number two and number three can certainly go together. You can take that same passion. So for example, Stephen and Melissa, they've taken their interest and their knowledge in print on demand, and they're putting together a summit like this. They could easily do one-on-one coaching. They could take the same content they have, that same experience, that same knowledge that they have, and do it on a one-on-one basis or consult companies. I know they've done stuff like that before. But so some of these could totally be intertwined. So you could sell print on demand products. You could create a course about it. You could put together a summit like what they're doing. And you could also do coaching and consulting around the exact same topic. So these are the three main ways to make money online, guys. This is not, there's so many other ways to do it too, but these are the three main foundational ways that I feel like are stable. They're more reliable, and these are things that are going to be around for a very long time. So here's what it could look like. So you may already be selling on Amazon, but you want to expand into something else. Well, one easy way is to do additional platforms. Take the exact same things that you're selling. Maybe you have a private label brand. Maybe you're doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, or you just have a skill. You know how to take products and sell them online. Maybe you're already doing it on Amazon or eBay. Well, add one of the other ones. Add Facebook Marketplace, add Walmart. This is a way to multiply what you're already doing. And essentially you're going to be able to sell more because you're just adding additional platforms. These are ways to create multiple streams. So if you say you sell on Amazon, well, add eBay. Now you have a second stream of income going. And guys, when I say I have like 16 plus streams of income, it doesn't mean that all of them are huge, big, huge rivers that bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything like that a month. I'm telling you, some of them are what my friend Jimmy calls puddles. Some of them are just trickles of income, but I count it. My very first original book called Real Wholesale Sources was a book that I did a list of like 200 plus wholesale sources, and then showed people how to use that, how to sell on Amazon with wholesale, how to do the wholesale research. Most of that book was just a list of those resources. And every single month, I still make some money on that book that I wrote back in like 2013. And that's not a huge stream, but it's a stream. It's something that I put in place years ago, and I'm still profiting from it. It's one of those things I call Swiss dollars, as my friend Dan Miller says. It's sales while I sleep soundly. And we all want those. And if you guys are selling online, you probably have those already. If you're selling on FBA using Amazon's fulfillment program, you have things that are sitting in Amazon's warehouse. I can go at 3:00 in the morning if I want to and buy that widget. It might be from you, and you're gonna get a sale from it at 3:00 in the morning, and you're sound asleep, still making money. And so all these are possible. You could easily take the exact same thing you're selling on Amazon to sell it on eBay, sell the stuff on Facebook Marketplace, the returns that you get from Amazon or eBay, sell them on Facebook Marketplace. Walmart has a way where you can be a third-party seller and sell your products on their platform. And there's so many other platforms like Mercari, Rakuten, Newegg. Gosh, another one I heard about, Bonanza. Never sold on that before, but look into some of these other platforms. You can multiply your efforts just by adding a new platform and therefore add a new income stream. Or you can add additional inventory methods. You can do the exact same thing kind of that you're doing already, and then just create a new inventory method. Now, this is a little bit more tricky. And this is in this instance, you're not going to be selling the same exact things. You're taking the knowledge that you already have of selling physical products and just adding in a new twist to it, adding in a new inventory method. And this is where you might need a little help though. But so let's say, for example, that you're here, you learn on the print on demand stuff, you brand new, you open up an Amazon merch account, or you start selling on another print on demand platform, you create your own Shopify site, and you start selling t-shirts. And that's going well. And you got some shirts that are selling just like clockwork. You can count on that. Maybe you have a little bit more time now. You've got that print on demand thing built up. Well, maybe you've always wanted to do private label. Jump into it. Now would be the opportunity. If you already have something going here, you already have a stream of income that you can count on here with print on demand, then add private label. Maybe it's wholesale. I wouldn't say do all these at once. But if you have easy access to garage sales, maybe you're already going to garage sales anyway on Saturday mornings and you just want an extra stream of income from garage sales. There's so much gold at garage sales. It's unbelievable. So if you're already going anyway, you could add garage sales as a potential method of inventory. Now, this is not something you can always do alone. Yes, if you get print on demand going and you want to add private label to it after you already have it bolted down, like we say, then certainly you can add one of these other ones on. But if you're going to do several things at once, you're going to need help. You're going to need somebody to be a shopper. You could easily hire out shoppers to do that retail arbitrage, online arbitrage for you. You could hire shoppers to go to garage sales. You can hire people to help you with print on demand or private label and wholesale. But these are ways you can add additional inventory methods and create multiple streams of income from that same knowledge that you already have. You're essentially kind of like replicating yourself. All right, here's an example. Jimmy and Brittany Smith, they're students of mine, friends of mine, and they are doing it, in my opinion, the right way. So Jimmy is an Amazon seller. He has incredible Amazon business. They live in the St. Louis area, and they do almost $200,000 a month on Amazon. And they just did a course too that I helped them launch. But they're selling almost $200,000 a month over the last 60 days or so because of COVID. That actually helped their business. I know some Amazon sellers that hurt their business, but a lot of folks like in my Legends group, their businesses have just increased dramatically because of this, because of all the online shopping that is now happening. So Jimmy and Brittany have a killer Amazon business. They've got staff. They have a warehouse. They've outsourced tons of it. They do not do any of the shopping anymore. They don't touch box tape anymore. They're not prepping and shipping their own inventory. They have outsourced almost all of that side of the business. And which means that Jimmy was able to focus on some other things. He had it on his heart to create a course. I was at a conference with him, and he spoke about replens. Replens are items that sell over and over again, replenishable items that sell over and over again on Amazon. And so he got, out of all of the speakers at that conference, he got the most questions than anybody. So I knew that a course would be wildly successful. So I asked Jimmy if he would be willing to partner with me to create a course about this topic. Thankfully, he did, because now he has about 2,000 people in a Facebook group that have gone through that course that he and I created together. It's almost all, really all his content. I just helped him create that, the course, because I've done that many times before. And I guess just gave him some confidence about the whole process. But now we have about 2,000 people in a Facebook group regarding replens, learning his method of sourcing physical products. It's crazy, guys. So he takes his method of selling on Amazon. His Amazon business is still going, still bringing in $150,000 to $200,000 a month in sales every single month. And so he takes that knowledge, it's already up here, and decides to create a course with it. And then he sees the need, because he's listening to his audience. He's seeing where people are getting stuck. He's seeing where there's other opportunities to serve. Guys, this is a pattern. This is the same thing that Jenny and I did in our private label mentoring program. When I created that book, Private Label the Easy Way, if it weren't for Jenny, who's also going to be a speaker at this the summit, I think day 2, talking about KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. Guys, if it wasn't for Jenny, that book would just have been a book. But she had taken content from a book before and turned it into a course. And because of that, I partnered with her, and we created a course out of the exact same content that was in my book. Then we created a Facebook community as a support piece to that course, and we just listened. Now, when we started this, we're thinking, oh, this is going to be wonderful. We're going to provide extra help for these folks. They're going to be able to answer questions. We're going to be able to, help them out, move them along the process. We had no idea. Maybe Jenny did. At least I had no idea how valuable that Facebook community would be to us as content creators. And the value to us is that we were able to listen. We were able to see where people got stuck. We were able to see what they needed extra help with. They told us exactly what they needed. It gave us ideas on new ways to serve them, new products, new content to come out with to serve those needs that we were seeing pop up in the group. And guys, that's the gold. If you don't get anything, if you don't get anything from what I'm talking about right now, listen to your audience, find your audience. If you're wanting to create content and turn your interest into income, turn your passion into profits, find your audience, find out where they hang out, and go serve them and listen to them. They will tell you exactly what they need. And when you come out with exactly what they need, they're going to buy exactly what they need. And so Jenny and I have been able to take that same content of Private Label the Easy Way, showing people how to create a private label product on Amazon, much easier, much less stress, not having to source overseas. We took that same method, turned into a course with a Facebook community. And from that, so many other little streams of income have come about from it because we listened to our audience. Jimmy did the same thing. He had a course. He was selling on Amazon, killing it with replens, killing it with products that sell over and over again, created a course to teach other people how to do it, listened to some more, and realized that people needed help with managing their replens. When you start getting, a few hundred SKUs that you have to track and figure out when to buy, that can become a nightmare. Certainly you can use spreadsheets, but they wanted to find a way they coordinated with the back end of Amazon and told them when, told the customer when to order their replens and when to restock their products. So they came out with replen software. So the Amazon sales, still going, replen course sales still happening, still serving this community. And in the background, they're creating this replen software. And then they noticed that people still needed help beyond that. There was people that take the course, and this is going to be the same. If you end up creating content and want to turn that into income, there are going to be people that read your book and they're good. They understand what they need to do. They're going to go out and do it. There's going to be others that need to take a course. And some of those are just going to do it. They're going to run through the course and they got it. They don't need your help. But still there's more that want to go further. They want to learn more from you. They want that accountability. They want that extra, we call it hand holding. Nothing wrong with this. It's just a way for some of those folks will just not take action until you're right there with them. So Jimmy and Brittany created a replen coaching program with partnering with Jim Cockrum Coaching, where they will actually go to your hometown. They will fly from St. Louis, Missouri, fly to your hometown and spend, I think it's 2 full days with you finding replenishable products. They guarantee they'll help you find at least 50 replenishable products that sell over and over and over again. And guys, before this COVID thing hit, they were booked. They were booked almost every single weekend to go out and spend days with people. And these are folks all over the country. So they took the exact same knowledge that they had from the course, turned it into the tracking software, but then took that course knowledge and did coaching with it. The exact same content that they have in the course, but just delivered a different way, delivered in them showing up at your doorstep, wherever you are in the country, and taking you out to a store and showing you how to do exactly what they teach you how to do in the course. So guys, what is that for you? Think about this for you. Think about that content that you have. Maybe if you're just starting with, you're just selling physical products, you're learning stuff. You're learning things that people are going to ask you, Stephen, how are you selling shirts that you don't even have to print? The stuff that you guys are learning for most folks, they will never understand it. They're just going to think you're a genius. You guys are. You're geniuses. The fact that you're even here is awesome. But there is so much opportunity out there. You could easily have your own virtual summit talking about some of the same stuff, talking about things that you've experienced, the things that you're going to learn in this summit. You might have a tweak to it. You may learn, for example, listening to Melissa's Pinterest methods for keyword research. You might go through that and, learn some tweak to it, learn something different that you want to teach someday. Maybe guys, even the fact that it just coming from your mouth is different. So I hear a lot of people say, Grant, I would love to write a book. I would love to create a course, but gosh, that's already been done. There's already, a print on demand summit. Why would I do my own thing? Why would I create a replen course like Jimmy? Why would I do coaching? Because Jimmy's already doing it. Well, guys, Jimmy can't serve everybody. And there is no way. There's going to be some folks that look at Jimmy and Brittany and say, you know what? I can't learn anything from them. They're too young. I need somebody that's more my age. Or, you know what? Jimmy's a guy. I just, feel like I would get more out of a girl. It may not even something that happens up here. It may just be subconscious. Like you probably follow people who are a lot like you. You probably you're going to have people in your audience that follow you for all different reasons. And it's what's interesting is in my Legends group, for example, we'll have somebody do a webinar and talk about a topic, maybe like Keepa, for example. And then, and like Kate Chaddock is a Keepa master. She might do a Keepa topic, a Keepa webinar. And then just a few days later, somebody else says the exact same thing, but maybe it's a guy. And because it was a guy, then there's certain guys in my audience that just might get it now. Number one, people need to hear things several times before they get it. But also just, you might say something different in a different way. Coming from your voice, coming just the way you say it allows certain folks to gravitate to you, and just now they finally get what you're saying. They finally get the concept. So do not look at that topic that's in your heart, that thing that you feel like is valuable to the world, and look at all the folks that are doing it and say, you know what, it's already been done. I'm not going to do this. No. The world needs your voice. They need exactly the way that you would say it. There are people that won't get it when I say it. There will be people that I could talk to about creating multiple streams of income, and it just won't click with them. But you get up and talk about it, you'll say it in a different way. You'll say it from your own experience, and they'll get it, they'll click, and they will go out and do it. So even if you have a book exactly like Streams of Income that you feel you need to write, that's your journey on creating multiple streams of income, do not look at my book and say it's already been done. Nobody would read my book. Guys, they will read your book. They will take your course. They They will listen to you, but you got to get out there and get in, allow people the opportunity to hear from you. Okay, so here's another visual way to look at this with the tree. So Jimmy and Brittany took their same exact content they learned about Amazon. It became a course, it became software, it became coaching, and there are so many other little opportunities that they could create just from that same information of finding replenishable items on Amazon. So I love this tree example. But let's say it's not Amazon. I know a lot of us are in e-commerce, but you might have a love of something different. Let's say that you love baseball and you want to take your love of baseball or sports or guys, anything, insert whatever it is for you here. And let's just go through this example. You could take the exact same content that you have, that hobby that you have, and let's say that let's say it's baseball, for example, and you want to learn how, or you want to teach it. You want to, now I'm not talking about be a baseball coach here, like, little league, he doesn't, pay anything and lots of hours. I'm talking about maybe like a coach where people would actually hire you locally to teach their kid baseball, or maybe you put on it's you with several kids at a time, or your parents are paying you for this. So you take your love of baseball, and yeah, you might be coaching on the weekends, helping your son's team out, your daughter's team out, but you also have turned this into a business in the fact that you put out on Facebook, hey, you know what, I used to be a college baseball coach, or I pitched in college, or maybe played in the pros at some level, and you want to take that knowledge of baseball and you want to bless others with that. Guys, there's so many people. I would be one of them. I was not good at baseball. If you were local and my son Callan wanted to learn how to play baseball, I would love for him to go through your class, your program. Heck, I might even want to learn from you so that I can be the one to help teach him. There's so much opportunity here, guys. With whatever it is on your heart, whatever that passion is, you can take that and turn that into streams of income. So if you love baseball, you could be a coach. You could take that, instead of, let's say you have a couple kids you're working with at a time, maybe you're doing it one-on-one, and now you want to have 10 kids at a time. Well, you could charge the exact same thing and have 10 kids show up all at once and call it a camp. You could also have an online course where you're teaching the fundamentals. Maybe you have somebody come out and do video and you're showing how to pitch or whatever. But also, you're learning a lot about print on demand here with this print on demand summit that you're going through over the next couple of days. And you want to do some designs with baseball and throw them up on merch, or create a Shopify site. Maybe you have a place where people are signing up to go to your camp. And there's also on that same page where they can sign up for camp, there's a print on demand merch on your actual site. So the things that you're learning here could be merged together with that passion that you already have, and you can create a stream of income. And there's so many little other branches that can come from this same exact topic. You can take one piece of content and turn that into multiple streams of income. It's not like that first slide where we were talking about, you might, be a fitness trainer, and then during July 4th time, you are selling fireworks and you're power washing over in the weekends, and you're also selling on Amazon and selling on doing print on demand. Those do not make any sense together. This completely makes sense. You are essentially multiplying your time. You're taking your love of something, turning it into coaching, turning it into a camp where instead of one-on-one, you're 1-on-10. With a course, you're taking the exact same content you're teaching at a camp or one-on-one, and you're turning it into a course where the whole world can benefit from it, and it's all virtual. You taking that same love of baseball and turning it into print-on-demand products. There's so many. You could have a book. Guys, there's so much opportunity with that knowledge that you have to create multiple streams of income from it. So this is a question I get a lot, and it comes in various different questions, but it's all a lack of confidence or just a lack of not knowing. But what would people pay me for? What would people pay me for? So you're obviously here. You want to learn different ways to make money online, and print on demand obviously is an awesome one. It's a great one. But let's say you also have something on your heart you want to get out to the world. You have a book that you want to write. Maybe you thought it'd be fun to write a book or create a course, but you're not sure what that topic is. You would love to create multiple income streams from something that you're passionate about, but you're not even sure what that is. How, you might think that your hobby is just not something people would want, or you're just wavering back and forth. I see this all the time and it's okay. But what would people pay me for? Let me go through a list of questions and think through this as I'm saying these out loud. Think through what these are for you. And guys, there's no right or wrong. Don't judge. Don't think, that interest is not something that the world would want. Because I'm going to show you here in a minute some interests that you might think are crazy that could be turned into an income. So as I go through this, even maybe get out a piece of paper and think through some of these things and just start writing down. Just throw them out on the table. No time to even second guess here. What are your interests? What can you talk about for hours? Okay. What do people ask your help for? When you get a call from a friend, people ask you for advice. What is that for you? What do you do in your free time? And these can overlap here. Some of these questions are the same, kind of getting at the same thing, but I want to see what the theme is for you. What are the things that keep coming up with your interests that you can talk about for hours, that people ask your help for, things you do in your free time? When do you find the time flying by? Another way I would say this too, guys, is what energizes you? When you do this thing, when you talk about this thing, you're excited about it, you light up on the inside, as opposed to after doing this, you're drained, you're exhausted. I don't mean drained and exhausted. Like you could go out and maybe you run a marathon and that, is exhilarating for you, but of course you're going to be exhausted after that and tired after that. But I mean like mentally draining, and just like, you dread doing this. After you're done, it's like, so glad that's over. What for you is the opposite of that? What for you is like, I can't wait to do this. This gives me energy after I'm done. It might be something that you help people with, and it, instead of like draining you, it gives you energy. And what I mean by that, for example, I was talking to somebody who was a coach in the e-commerce world, and he said that after a coaching call, he, instead of being tired, he was just excited. He was energized from that call. It was like, man, that was awesome, a great call. Helping that person energize them. So what is that for you? Think about, after you're done helping somebody with something, or after talking about this thing, or after doing this thing, you're still excited about it. And last, what would you spend your time doing if money weren't important? What would you spend your time doing if money weren't important? And start writing these things down. That, guys, these are clues. These are clues as to what your thing could be, what that passion could be. Because I have people all the time that say, I'm not sure what my passion is. Not sure what I'm interested in that could be turned into income. Okay. And if you're not sure, you've gone through all these and nothing seems to pop out, ask somebody, ask your spouse, ask a close friend. Because guys, we cannot read our own label. So this picture is funny, but on the inside is a guy, obviously, inside of a jar, and he wants to know how many calories he is, how many calories is in this jar, but he's inside the jar, so he can't see the label. We are the exact same way. So many of us, we might be good at something, we might have a talent, but you feel like nobody cares about that, or everybody's good at that. Stephen might look at print on demand and say, you know what? Everybody knows how to do print on demand. It's easy. You get a design, you create it, or you hire somebody to do it, and you throw it up there. How could I even create a virtual summit about that? Well, guys, they did. and you're here and I'm here. And it's very, very, very easy to overlook the thing that you are good at and to think that everybody's good at because it comes so easy to you. Well, that is probably the very thing that you could turn into income. The thing that comes easy for you, the thing that you tend to overlook because you think, nobody's interested in that. Everybody knows how to do that. Or that's not special. That's not valuable. Because it comes so easy to you, you think that. Guys, that might be your thing. So ask somebody else. Find somebody who will tell you the truth. What am I good at? Ask them these questions. What do you think my interests are? What do I talk about for hours? When people call me up, what are they asking help for? Just ask them. Ask your spouse this stuff. What do I like to do in my free time? Okay. And so maybe you've got now a thing that you're thinking, you got it in your head, but you're still not sure. That may not be the thing. Surely nobody's going to pay me for that. Well, guys, let's look and see if there's a market for your thing. Because obviously, just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean you're going to be able to make an income from it. Most likely you can. There's probably an angle you can take that thing that you're passionate about, that thing you're interested in, and turn it into an income. But there's one way to find out. You want to see if there's other people that care about the same thing that you do. And one tool that we talk a lot about in the Build Your Income Streams group that Jenny Hunt and I run is Facebook. Facebook is a great place to find community, to find people talking about all types of topics under the sun. So if you're wondering if there are other people that care about your 19th century British literature, go to Facebook. If there are other people that care about your paper airplane, love of paper airplanes, go to Facebook. I say that because I actually interviewed a guy in my podcast named Kyle Boyer who took his love of paper airplanes and turned it into a full-time income, quit his job in January of this year. A love of paper airplanes, full-time business. Crazy. So guys, there is hope for all of us. So here's an example of Facebook communities, Facebook groups specifically. So go to Facebook, facebook.com, go to the top, just type in whatever subject you're interested in, that thing that whatever it is that might be interesting to you, the thing that pops out to you, and do a search for groups related to that. So here's an example. Some of the ones that Jenny and I found for that group that we run in Build Your Income Streams group: Instant Pot community. Instant Pot recipes, Instant Pot 101 for beginners. So let's just say you are a master at doing meals with the Instant Pot. That would be so easy for you to say, you know what? Nobody cares about that. There is no way I can make an income off of teaching people how to use their Instant Pot. I mean, the stupid thing comes with a manual. There's recipes with it. Nobody would pay me for something that they could do on their own. But guys, they will, and they do. There are so many other people that don't have the time to do it, don't think they're any good at recipes. They look at you like you're the master at this stuff, and you think it's so easy, because it is easy to you, but it's not easy always to the rest of the world. And so there's a market right there. So that love that you have for Instant Pot recipes and making quick meals for your family and planning ahead could be a whole business. I know somebody that has a subscription plan with meal planning, showing people how to, a membership site, showing people how to create meals in advance. And again, if that's something that you're good at, you do naturally, you're just naturally organized that way, it'd be so easy to overlook and think, there's no way that could be turned into a business. That everybody can create a meal plan. All they got to do is sit down and do it, but they don't have the knowledge that you do. They're not as organized as you do. And there are so many opportunities just out of something like that. So look at these Instant Pot communities. 2.7 million members inside a Facebook group talking about Instant Pot stuff, whatever it is. 5.5 thousand posts per day, guys. That's crazy. There's just no way I could even keep up if I was in that group. No way. Nobody could. What about this one? 459,000 members. And besides, you don't have to look at this group and say, you know what? Nobody cares about if you do this strategy like I'm talking about, you go to Facebook and type in a niche, type in that thing you're interested in, and look for groups, click groups. So if you go to the top, go to facebook.com, type in keywords related to your niche, then click groups where it comes up there. You don't want pages, you don't want people, you want groups. If yours does not have 5.5 thousand posts in a day, it only has 25, that's still okay. We teach people to look for, like at least, I think it's 5 to 10 posts in a day. So, I mean, these are insane. So you don't have to have anywhere near this type of engagement to have a topic that you could create an income from. This shows you right here, guys, that there are plenty of people that care about the Instant Pot, that whatever your angle is with regarding Instant Pot recipes or using it to plan meals for your family, to have more time with your family, there would be people here that would care about that. All right, let's say your thing is knitting. You're an amazing knitter. You can do crochet. There's a group here, 500 posts in a day, 210 posts in this group over here. All right, let's say that you are really good with makeup. People always compliment you on how well your makeup looks. Maybe you have friends that always ask for help. Well, Makeup Addicts, a group of 253,000 members that are all talking about makeup, 610 posts in a day. Even this one here, Makeup Addicts, 10,000 members, 10 posts in a day. Say you're really, really funny. People are always complimenting, think you're just the funniest person in the room. They think you should be a stand-up comedian. Maybe that's not the direction you want to go. That would be really, really hard and, not the easiest way to create an extra income. But gosh, look at this. 2,700 posts in a day for a group called Funny Jokes and Stories. Guys, if you were interested in any of these things, your next step would be find these groups, join a few of them, find your people, find your potential audience. How can you serve them? What questions do they have? Start serving them, start listening to them. And then you'll create products and services based on exactly what they need. You're not saying, you know what, I think, this certain type of makeup would be the best. Let's just launch it and let's buy 5,000 of them. And let's hope that they sell. No, you go into a group like this, get to know folks, learn from them, find out exactly what they need, and then serve them with exactly what they need based on listening to them in the first place. So look at these groups, guys. There is whatever your thing is, whatever that topic is that you're passionate about, that you're good at, something maybe that you've some experience you've gone through that could help other people, you can make an income from it. Get on Facebook, find your folks, serve them well. They'll come to you, and you don't need thousands and thousands and thousands of people to create a business. You just need a few hundred people that want to listen to you and that can't wait for whatever you have to say next. And we call them super fans. So Pat Flynn, I'm reading a book from him called Super Fans. It's a great book about finding your people, serving them really, really well, and creating super fans from it. So guys, that's it. I hope this has helped you. If you want to learn more, dive a little bit deeper, get my book. It's free, streamsofincome.com/ebook. Happy to have you grab that. And feel free to email me. My email is ryan@ryanreger.com. I love getting questions. I love helping people find their thing, create multiple streams of income. So again, Melissa, Stephen, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been fun. Congratulations on this virtual summit. I know this is going to be awesome. It's going to help a lot of people. And again, guys, let me know how I can help you, and go out and do it. Take action. Don't just go through this material and let it sit on your hard drive. Watch it, put it into action, and don't look at another thing that it would be so easy to do is to look at all these different speakers and say, oh, Jenny's talking about this. I need to go do this. Oh, and Melissa says to do this, go do this. No, find 2 or 3 things that you can take action on now. Some of the stuff that we talk about over the next couple of days, there's some of it may not pertain to you, may not jive with what you're trying to accomplish. Don't get shiny object syndrome and try to do it all, try to implement all of it. You'll just go crazy. Pick 1 or 2, 3 things at the most that you think, yeah, that's for me right now. I'm going to go do that. So if anything I talked about is like, yeah, that's not for me right now, cool. I don't want you going off on some crazy rabbit trail if you're supposed to go down this direction here. So go down that direction, bold it down, and then add some extra streams of income. So guys, thanks so much. Thanks again for the opportunity. Reach out if you have any questions.
Wow, that was awesome. I hope you took a lot of notes. If you're interested in getting the recordings, we have an all-access pass you can get. We will put a link in the description below. We have more great training coming up, so stay tuned. And if you know of anybody that's interested in learning print on demand, go ahead and tell them about our Mega Print on Demand Summit and have them registered.